There's a mahogany box on the sideboard shelf, collecting dust while I'm here by myself. I wipe the glass with a sleeve of old tweed, looking for a ghost or a word I might need. I turn the brass knob and the static hissed low. Then a steel guitar played a song I used to know. Back in the summer of '64, when you danced in the kitchen and I loved you more. And the melody lingers in the dust of the room, like a scent of old jasmine in the midnight bloom. I can almost feel your hand resting light on my knee, but it's just an echo of who we used to be. Yeah, it's just an echo of who we used to be. I reckon the cedar still smells like your hair, but I'm talking to shadows in an empty rocking chair. We promised a porch and a garden of gold. Now I'm just a story that's grown gray and old. And the melody lingers in the dust of the room, like a scent of old jasmine in the midnight bloom. I can almost feel your hand resting light on my knee, but it's just an echo of who we used to be. Yeah, it's just an echo of who we used to be. Do you hear the music where the wild clover grows? Or is it just the wind that the valley wind blows? I ain't asking for mercy, I ain't asking for grace, just one more second of the light on your face. Now the melody lingers in the dust of the room, and I'll wrap the silence like a worn out loom. I'll let the song play till the batteries run dry, and wave to the memory under a pale evening sky. Yeah, I'm just an echo, and you're the lullaby. Just a bit of dust and an old song. Climb the ladder to the attic floor today, just to clear the ghost and sweep the dust away. Found a cedar box beneath a rusted beam, and a piece of metal that woke a sleeping dream. Just a copper ring, tarnished green and thin, a ghost of the man I might have been. I reckon we were 20, barely knew the world, and you were like a wildflower, petals all unfurled. I promised on that porch swing in the summer haze I'd be back for you in just a few short days. But the city called my name, the distance grew too wide, and I left my only truth on the other side. Now the house is quiet and the wind begins to moan. I'm standing in the wreckage of a life I built alone. I traded gold for glitter, I chased a hollow wind, and lost the only heaven where my heart had ever been. This copper ring's still gold in my mind, but the years left the promise behind. Walk down to the creek where the wild clover grows, but the water's running shallow, and the old willow knows that the path we used to walk is overgrown and gray, and the girl who waited for me simply drifted far away. My hands are worn and calloused, my voice is getting low. There ain't no map to lead me where the old memories go. Now the house is quiet and the wind begins to moan. I'm standing in the wreckage of a life I built alone. I traded gold for glitter, I chased a hollow wind, and lost the only heaven where my heart had ever been. This copper ring is still gold in my mind, but the years left the promise behind. If I'd stayed right here in the dirt and the rain, would I be a better man, or just a different thing? I keep asking the silence, but the silence doesn't speak, and the strength I thought I had turned out to be weak. Now the house is quiet and the wind begins to moan. I'm standing in the wreckage of a life I built alone. I traded gold for glitter, I chased a hollow wind, and lost the only heaven where my heart had ever been. This copper ring is still gold in my mind, but the years left the promise behind. Yeah, the years left it all behind. Just a copper ring in the dust, just a ghost of us. The studio is cold and the walls are gray, just a dim dial glow to lead the way. I found a box beneath the old oak shelf, a dusty piece of a former self. plastic casing with a faded blue line, a date from a summer in '79. I slide the tape in and I press the key, and a crackling ghost starts talking to me. Suddenly I'm back in that '72 Ford, parked by the river where the willow leaves soar. You were humming a tune, leaning back in the seat, while the midnight air felt heavy and sweet. We had nothing much but a radio wire and a feeling inside like a slow burning fire, just a slow waltz playing from a distant tower. We lived a whole lifetime in one single hour, and that old song still plays on the radio, bringing back the places where we used to go. Yes, that old song still plays on the radio, like a steady wind that refuses to slow. It carries your scent and the way that you smile, back when our spirits were reckless and wild. That old song still plays on the radio, and it won't let the memory go. I'm standing here now in the midnight hush, feeling the weight of a long forgotten rush. I reach in my wallet, find a napkin of gold with a number in ink that's grown brittle and old. I wonder if you still keep a dial on your wall, or if you'd even answer a stranger's late call. But the melody tells me it's time to be brave, to find the hope that I let fade in the wave. And that old song still plays on the radio, bringing back the places where we used to go. Yes, that old song still plays on the radio, like a steady wind that refuses to slow. It carries your scent and the way that you smiled, back when our spirits were reckless and wild. That old song still plays on the radio, and it won't let the memory go. A wide open space, I've blurred the lines of your beautiful face, but a 3-minute record can bridge every mile and bring back the ghost of your effortless style. I'm shaking a little, but I'm dialing the tone. I'm tired of walking this all alone. And that old song still plays on the radio. I'm sending a signal, I'm letting it flow. Yes, and that old song still plays on the radio. Lighting a path where the lonely winds blow. I can almost hear you humming along to the beat, where the riverbank grass and the moonlight meet. That old song still plays on the radio, and I'm finally ready to know. Just one more spin of the rim. I'm listening. I'm listening. Climbed the ladder to the attic floor today, just to clear the ghosts and sweep the dust away. Found a cedar box beneath a rusted beam, and a piece of metal that woke a sleeping dream. Just a copper ring, tarnished green and thin, a ghost of the man I might have been. I reckon we were 20, barely knew the world, and you were like a wildflower, petals all unfurled. I promised on that porch swing in the summer haze I'd be back for you in just a few short days. But the city called my name, the distance grew too wide, and I left my only truth on the other side. Now the house is quiet and the wind begins to moan. I'm standing in the wreckage of a life I built alone. I traded gold for glitter, I chased a hollow wind, and lost the only heaven where my heart had ever been. This copper ring is still gold in my mind, but the years left the promise behind. Walk down to the creek where the wild clover grows, but the water's running shallow, and the old willow knows that the path we used to walk is overgrown and gray, and the girl who waited for me simply drifted far away. My hands are worn and calloused, my voice is getting low. There ain't no map to lead me where the old memories go. Now the house is quiet and the wind begins to moan, I'm standing in the wreckage of a life I built alone. I traded gold for glitter, I chased a hollow wind, and lost the only heaven where my heart had ever been. This copper ring is still gold in my mind, but the years left the promise behind. If I'd stayed right here in the dirt and the rain, would I be a better man, or just a different pain? I keep asking the silence, but the silence doesn't speak, and the strength I thought I had turned out to be weak. Now the house is quiet and the wind begins to moan. I'm standing in the wreckage of a life I built alone. I traded gold for glitter, I chased a hollow wind, and lost the only heaven where my heart had ever been. This copper ring is still gold in my mind, but the years left the promise behind. Yeah, the years left it all behind. Just a ghost of us. There's a mahogany box on the sideboard shelf, collecting dust while I'm here by myself. I wipe the glass with a sleeve of old tweed, looking for a ghost or a word I might need. I turned the brass knob and the static hissed low. Then a steel guitar played a song I used to know. Back in the summer of '64, when you danced in the kitchen and I loved you more. And the melody lingers in the dust of the room, like a scent of old jasmine in the midnight bloom. I can almost feel your hand resting light on my knee, but it's just an echo of who we used to be. Yeah, it's just an echo of who we used to be. I reckon the cedar still smells like your hair, but I'm talking to shadows and an empty rocking chair. We promised a porch and a garden of gold. Now I'm just a story that's grown gray and old. And the melody lingers dust of the room, like a scent of old jasmine in the midnight bloom. I can almost feel your hand resting light on my knee, but it's just an echo of who we used to be. Yeah, it's just an echo of who we used to be. Do you hear the music where the wild clover grows? Or is it just the wind that the valley wind blows? I ain't asking for mercy, I ain't asking for grace, just one more second of the light on your face. Now the melody lingers in the dust of the room, and I'll wrap the silence like a worn-out loom. I'll let the song play till the batteries run dry, and wave to the memory under a pale evening sky. Yeah, I'm just an echo, and you're the lullaby. Just a bit of dust and an old song. The studio is cold and the walls are gray, just a dim dial glow to lead the way. I found a box beneath the old oak shelf, a dusty piece of a former self. Plastic casing with a faded blue line, a date from a summer in '79. I slide the tape in and I press the key, and a crackling ghost starts talking to me. Suddenly I'm back in that '72 Ford, parked by the river where the willow leaves soared. You were humming a tune, leaning back in the suite, while the midnight air felt heavy and sweet. We had nothing much but a radio wire and a feeling inside like a slow burning fire, just a slow waltz playing from a distant tower. We lived a whole lifetime in one single hour, and that old song still plays on the radio, bringing back the places where we used to go. Yes, that old song still plays on the radio, like a steady wind that refuses to slow. It carries your sin and the way that you smile, back when our spirits were reckless and wild. That old song still plays on the radio, and it won't let the memory go. I'm standing here now in the midnight hush, feeling the weight of a long forgotten rush. I reach in my wallet, find a napkin of gold with a number in ink that's grown brittle and old. I wonder if you still keep a dial on your wall, or if you'd even answer strangers' late call. But the melody tells me it's time to be brave, to find the hope that I let fade in the wave. And that old song still plays on the radio, bringing back the places where we used to go. Yes, that old song still plays on the radio, like a steady wind that refuses to slow. It carries your sin in the way that you smile, back when our spirits were reckless and wild. That old song still plays on the radio, and it won't let the memory go. "40 years is a canyon, a wide open space. I've blurred the lines of your beautiful face, but a 3-minute record can bridge every mile and bring back the ghost of your effortless style. I'm shaking a little, but I'm dialing the tone. I'm tired of walking this long road alone. And that old song still plays on the radio. I'm sending a signal, I'm letting it flow. Yes, that old song still plays on the radio, lighting a path where the lonely winds blow. I can almost hear you humming along to the beat, where the riverbank grass and the moonlight meet. That old song still plays on the radio, and I'm finally ready to know. Just one more spin of the reel. I'm listening. Dashboard's dusty, the sun's sinking low. Just me and the white lines, a long way to go. This old semi hums a tune I've known for years, while the diesel smoke settles and the horizon clears. I got a faded photo taped right by the wheel, and a heavy kind of quiet that I can almost feel. I remember a diner back in '78, neon humming red. I was running a bit late. You were pouring coffee with a smile in your eyes, and the CB radio caught me by a sweet surprise. You called me good buddy through the crackle and the haze, and I spent 30 years counting miles in a golden glaze. And the static on the wire sounds like your name, though the road keeps moving, the miles carved a different frame. I'm hauling a lifetime of the things we used to know down a 2-lane highway where the wild grasses grow, and I'm still driving home to you. Now the passenger seat is just a place for my map, and the silence in the cab is a wide, lonely gap. But then a song hits the air, the one we used to play. For a minute there, the gray just fades away. It ain't a ghost, it's just a melody in the wind, reminding me where the journey's meant to end. And the static on the wire sounds like your name, though the road keeps moving, the miles carved a different frame. I'm hauling a lifetime of the things we used to know down a 2-lane highway where the wild grasses grow, and I'm still driving home to you. You always told me the road would lead me back across the dusty plains and the rusted railroad track. So I'm turning the wheel, I'm letting the engine glide. I'm coming home now, with you right by my side. Yeah, and the static on the wire sounds like your name, and the road's finally ending. I've stepped out of the game. I'm hauling in a lifetime of the things we used to know, to the porch light flickering where the wild grasses grow, and I'm finally driving home to you. Just a few more miles. I'm almost there. Dashboard's dusty, the sun's sinking low. Just me and the white lines, a long way to go. This old semi hums a tune I've known for years, while the diesel smoke settles and the horizon clears. I've got a faded photo taped right by the wheel, and a heavy kind of quiet that I can almost feel. I remember a diner back in '78, neon humming red. I was running a bit late. You You were pouring coffee with a smile in your eyes, and the CB radio caught me by sweet surprise. You called me good buddy through the crackle and the haze, and I spent 30 years counting miles in a golden glaze. And the static on the wire sounds like your name. Though the road keeps moving, the miles carved a different frame. I'm hauling a lifetime of the things we used to know, down a two-lane highway where the wild grasses grow. And I'm still driving home to you. Now the passenger seat is just a place for my map, and the silence in the cab is a wide, lonely gap. But then a song hits the air, the one we used to play, and for a minute there the gray just fades away. It ain't a ghost, it's just a melody in the wind, reminding me where the journey's meant to end. And the static on the wire sounds like your name. Though the road keeps moving, the miles carved a different frame. I'm hauling a lifetime of the things we used to know, down a two-lane highway where the wild grasses grow. And I'm still driving home to you. You always told me the road would lead me back across the dusty plains and the rusted railroad track. So I'm turning the wheel, I'm letting the engine glide. I'm coming home now, with you right by my side. And the static on the wire sounds like your name. And the road's finally ended, I've stepped out of the game. I'm hauling a lifetime of the things we used to know, to the porch light flickering where the wild grasses grow. And I'm finally driving home to you. Just a few more miles, I'm almost there. Dust motes dancing in a sliver of gold, in a room where a lifetime of secrets unfold. I push through the boxes, the cedar and pine, looking for something I once thought was mine. And I saw it there in a velvet-lined case, a ghost of your voice, a shadow of your face. Your old pocket watch with a rusted gold chain silent and still, like a field after rain. I recall the day that we stopped talking right, just a stubborn old man and a boy in a fight. I walked out that door with a chip on my shoulder, while the silence between us grew colder and colder. You never did call and I never did bend. We lived in a truce that felt more like an end. Now I touch the glass, feel the cold on my skin, wondering where the forgiveness begins. And I'm wishing I could wind it back, bring the heartbeat to a steady track. But the gears are frozen, the spring has run dry, and I'm left with the weight of a long lost goodbye. Yeah, the hands stopped moving, but the regret just started. Walking this road since the day that we parted. Held it up close to the light of the day, saw my own reflection in a faded gray. The same heavy brow, the same way I stand. I'm just a mirror of your calloused hand. I reckon you knew I'd find it one day, waiting for words I didn't know how to say. And I'm wishing I could wind it back, bring the heartbeat to a steady track. But the gears are frozen, the spring has run dry, and I'm left with the weight of a long lost goodbye. Yeah, the hands stopped moving, but the regret just started. Walking this road since the day that we parted. If I could just turn the dial one more time, I'd trade every dollar, every mountain I'd climb, just to sit on that porch, smell tobacco and dew, and tell you I'm sorry, tell you I love you. And I'm wishing I could wind it back, bring the heartbeat to a steady track. But the gears are frozen, the spring has run dry, and I'm left with the weight of a long lost goodbye. Yeah, the hands stopped moving, but the regret just started. Walking this road since the day that we parted. just a broken watch in a dusty room, an old kind of silence, a heavy kind of gloom. I'll keep it right here, just you and me, and the time we lost. Cold coffee sitting in a chipped ceramic mug, dust motes dancing on a worn-out braided rug. I found an old Polaroid, edges curled and gray, of a rusted pickup truck in a Georgia summer day. Just a ghost of a man I don't recognize no more, standing out there waiting by the screen door. I reckon I was hungry for a life I'd never known, so I packed a leather suitcase and I left the seeds unsown. Told you I'd be back for the harvest, promised I'd be true, but the city had a siren song that pulled me far from you. I traded in the silence for a noise that never sleeps, and a debt of lonely promises that a drifting spirit keeps. And I chased the neon lights until the gold turned into rust. Now I'm just a stranger standing in the red clay dust. High-rise glass and silver coins couldn't buy the peace of a wind through the pines and a heart found release. Yeah, the gold is just a glitter, but the red clay is the truth. And I spent a lifetime trading away my only youth. I climbed the corporate ladder till I reached the very top, but the hunger in my belly, well, it never seemed to stop. I got a view of the skyline from a penthouse in the sky, but I couldn't see the horizon where the meadow larks fly. I've got a pocket full of riches, but my soul is feeling thin, wondering if the road back is where I should begin. And I chased the neon lights until the gold turned into rust. Now I'm just a stranger standing in the red clay dust. High-rise glass and silver coins couldn't buy the peace of a wind through the pines and a heart found release. Yeah, the gold is just a glitter, but the red clay is the truth. And I spent a lifetime trading away my only youth. Time ain't a river you can swim back across. Every win in the city was just another loss. I'm sorry for the letter chased the neon lights until the gold turned into rust. Now I'm just a man kneeling in the red clay dust. High-rise glass and silver coins couldn't buy the peace of a wind through the pines and a heart found release. Yeah, the gold is just a glitter, but the red clay is the truth. And I spent a lifetime trading away my only youth. Just red clay dust, just a ghost of a man.